Eric Holder.
Yeah, exactly.
And they work together.
So, Operation Choke Point, for the viewers, do you guys want to start in on what it is, Scott?
Sure. Well, yeah, essentially what they're trying to do at the federal level is reclassify certain businesses and certain entities that operate as a business as a risk business. And typically, the passage of this act was to make sure that delegitimate entities couldn't gain access to banking funds, so they couldn't get loans to operate. Well, what they're doing now at the federal level is they're taking it and they're trying to apply that law to gun retailers. So that way they can choke off the source of money to gun retailers to be able to obtain lines of credit to buy more guns from manufacturers and distributors and starve them that way. So that way, if they can't get the guns in their shops, they can't sell the guns. And then if they can't sell the guns, they go out of business.
Right.
And then there you have it, right there. Another nail in the coffin for our Second Amendment through bureaucratic entities.
What's this do to your blood pressure? Huh?
Well, I'll tell a little story here.
Yeah.
Keep
it clean.
I do business with Liberty Bank. Have done for years. My mortgages here, my business accounts here. And they always wanted my credit card business, so I finally I signed up. Well, I had it in there. First day, I sold a shotgun to a gentleman in the Midwest somewhere. I forget what state it was, but the sale was for $7,500. And I put it through the machine, and it comes back okay. They give you a number, and it goes through. Well, the next morning, I get a phone call from the credit card people. I don't know whether it's Liberty Bank or who was it. Handles their credit card business. Asked me, Mr. Rando, you had a $7,500 sale yesterday. What was that? I said it was a shotgun that I sold to somebody in the Midwest. Well, we're not going to pay you for that. I said, what do you mean you're not going to pay us for that? Pay me for that. He says, we don't allow gun sales. So I was really hot under the collar, so I went to my bank and I talked to the lady there and I told her, and they straightened it out and they paid me. But they wouldn't, that was the only one they would handle. So I said to her, well, you tell your man to come back, reprogram my credit card machine to the company I had. And I says, I even might take all my business out of here, I'm not sure. So I talked it over with my wife and she said, stay with the bank. So I did. But that, that's the same thing.
Yeah.
If you can't get credit card company, because my business, 3/4 of it is credit cards. And I do a lot of business on the internet across the country, and they pay with credit cards, So.
Scott, now you know of another situation, correct? That a business, I don't know.
Yeah,
you
I know,
mentioned it
right,
earlier.
yeah, I just have some of the, essentially just some of the basics. I know it's a gun store out of Massachusetts, and they were choked off, and it was TD Bank was the bank that they essentially had cut them off of their line of credit. And what happened was now there's a backlash going on where thousands of the customers of the bank are switching and going to other banks, and now that bank is apologizing to the gun store. And lo and behold, the gun store is saying, too little, too late. You essentially the consequences for you being involved in this is, In Ron's situation here, it's surprising because it's not. I mean, the sign on his store and in his business is Ron's Guns. It's not Ron's stuffed giraffes or toy animals or something like that.
Or outdoors.
You think somebody, right? You think Cabela's or something.
Exactly.
You think somebody would have had a clue somewhere along the line what was, what Ron was procuring from his business. So.
Crazy stuff.
Well, I had something when I don't remember if you remember when New London Federal Credit went belly up. they sold my mortgage out west. So Citizens Bank came and took over that place. So I went down there and I applied for a mortgage. And these are 2 weeks went by, 2 weeks and a half. I didn't hear nothing, so I went down, talked to the bank manager, and I said, well, I haven't, and I got, my credit rating is top one. My bills are always paid, never been late. So I says, what's the story with my mortgage? I said, I want to get my mortgage back in the state. And he says, because you're a gun shop, we won't take you.
Wow.
Well,
And Bank America is doing the same. They're not taking,
Right.
I got it in one of the sporting journals the other day that they're not.
I
taking
think
gun
things are
coverage.
happening behind the scenes that we don't see. I think these people are being threatened by the Justice Department and Obama. And he says, you guys are gonna do this or we're gonna audit your funds. We're gonna audit your whole business. And boom, they go, that's what they did, how they passed the prescription drug programs for Obamacare and all that stuff. They put pressure on the drug companies and the drug companies went along and supported Obamacare 100%, almost 100%. Almost 100%.
Well, I mean, it sounds a little speculative, but I can guarantee you if that is happening at that level, then there are others that are willfully going along with it in an effort to just be in lockstep with the administration and the mindset that we have now down in Washington.
Well, that's how we got the insurance companies approve of Obamacare. He showed them how they can make more money for them. And if you do this for us, we can do this for you.
Yeah, but it's not working out that way.
Well-
Now we got a bail, where they're talking about bailing the insurance company.
Right, that's one of the deals
Okay.
they made with him.
Yeah.
That's what Obama did, and we didn't know about it. He passed that law after the bill was signed. He made all that up afterwards. I think he passed like 40 different bills and changed Obamacare. So that's how bad this is. And the most important thing he could have did for this country was to straighten out the economy, which he did not do. That was the most important thing he could have did, was create jobs. He's shutting down the industry out west with oil. He's shutting down the coal industry. And that's gonna kill us all. The taxes are gonna go up. Small businesses are gonna lose the income that people would have had from earning dollars by processing coal. So it's all gonna hurt us, and that's what he wants to do.
That's it, Wally. He's gonna take us out.
Yeah.
All right, you want to move on to the VA?
Whatever you
Because
wanna
we
do.
still want to get to the terrorist
Oh, yeah,
swap, so it's
yeah.
7:38. Reg, camera 3. All right, see here is veterans' bodies left to rot in LA morgue. Left to rot.
Yep.
And then when I put this one here, it says that it was as many as 60, right there, 60 veterans' bodies were left in the LA County morgue for the past year and a half
Jesus.
to rot. How about that?
I had no
Thanks,
idea.
Reg.
I had no idea there was that many.
Well,
And for that duration, a
But-
year and a half?
yeah, I heard
But-
that. Yeah, it's been on.
But that's only one location. Just imagine
Sure.
what's going on. Even in Connecticut, we have
Yeah.
all these
You remember the
issues.
death panels?
Yeah,
Remember that?
with Obamacare. Guess what's
We
going
got
on
more
right
than-
now?
We got death panels all over.
Well, the VA could be almost like a model of what Obamacare.
Sure,
could
a
be.
microcosm
Yeah.
of what.
Yeah?
Colonoscopies. They don't want to give you a colonoscopy. They were kind of banning that. I know guys at McDonald's, they're all in the 70s and 80s. No more colonoscopies for them. The doctor says, you don't need it. By the time you get the cancer, you'll be dead. So we're not going to, do anything. So they're told not to do it. And women are having trouble with the breast, exams. They want to do that. They want to cut that out for girls under a certain age.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Wally misunderstood him when he went in there. You were sitting on your head when the doctor come in. That's why he said he couldn't give it to you.
Well, and they do it. And I'm going to step outside of my gun character right now because I do pay attention to a little bit of some of the stuff. And they do it in a way where it's no, we're not cutting you off. It's what they're doing is they're taking the language and they're modifying it. They're saying we were wrong all these years about women having to get mammograms. We were wrong. Our new research has found that women only need them after a certain age, or only one every 5 years instead of one every 2 years, or whatever. And these are the kinds of things that they're doing. It's a disinformation campaign that
There's
they're.
so much misinformation out there. The scientists who support global warming are now saying there is no problem with the polar bears.
Right, well.
They're not dying off. There's plenty of ice out there, and they have no problem at all. They just admitted it was on the news this past week.
Yeah, well, I missed that, but
That's another
I know,
one.
I know that there was a petition that was signed by over 30,000 scientists and climatologists that said that global warming is not man-made. And where have you heard that news in the mainstream?
Sir?
Well, here's an expert on global warming, Al Gore. He says that the water's going to raise like 4 feet, right? And then all of a sudden, 6 months later, he builds a brand new house on the beach.
Yep.
I mean, what kind of idiots are we to listen to this? I mean, what kind of idiots listen to him, who's become almost a billionaire now?
You know how much money he made on that global warming deal?
Yeah, I know, hundreds of millions,
You're
hundreds
damn
of
right.
millions.
So,
And he's still not satisfied.
Really, Wally?
Really?
Really?
What's next, Phil?
What's next? Now we're gonna get heated up here, because this is what he was upset at, so we had to let him cool down for 40 minutes. That's why we started a few minutes late, throwing stuff. This guy was steaming.
Well, we'll
Mr.
keep Reggie
Rando.
here another 10 minutes.
No, Reggie, cameras, everything gets shut down right on time. So what we're looking at here is, let's go to camera 3 again, Reg. Who is this guy, Wally?
I can't see.
Huh? Howard P. Buck McKean from California. He's one of the guys. Congressman.
Yep.
And then this guy, Senator James
Imhoff.
Imhoff.
Imhoff, right? Republican from Oklahoma.
Yeah, he's a good man, too.
All right. These two guys are upset about the detainee prisoner exchange. Thanks, Reg. And that's what we're going to finish the show out with, because it's really bizarre what took place, and we all know all these strange facts about it. So you were the one that was most steam coming out your ears. Why don't you have at it there, Mr. Rando?
Well, I am really upset about this whole deal because we let 5 Taliban murderers go free because of this Berghoff that was supposedly an American soldier who left his post, left his firearm, and walked off, and the Taliban captured him. They sent out patrols looking for him. 6 soldiers died looking for this guy. And our president didn't do a damn thing to our men that got killed in Benghazi. He let them die. But this guy, they give the Taliban back 5 of these murderers for this clown. This clown deserted. If it was in the Second World War, he'd have been shot. This guy should be brought back to the United States, tried as a deserter, and put in prison. That's how I am.
Yeah.
This guy, president of ours, as far as I'm concerned, and I'll say it right here.
No, you won't.
Let him say it.
No, you won't.
Okay?
No, you won't. You don't wish him to have
I didn't say that.
gas.
No.
No.
I'm just telling you,
You said it.
he's a Muslim from the word go.
All right.
He's a Muslim, and he's a commie sympathizer.
Okay.
Well, these
That's all.
people that he released are very important.
Yeah.
They're leaders. They're leaders,
Yeah.
and he wants them back in that country so they can help them. That's what Obama wants to do. And I agree with what you
Well,
say
you
about
know, one of these guys, a 5-year or 7-year-old boy, had an American dollar in his pocket.
They killed
They
him.
hung him.
Yeah.
Because he had an American dollar in his pocket. Can you imagine that? And this so-called idiot wants to let him go free. I'm sorry. I just can't.
Scott, chime in on this.
Just can't take it.
About this
Well-
supposed soldier and all this.
Well, I'll step outside of, CCDL. I'm just Scott
Absolutely.
right now, but
That's Scott.
I'm gonna just say that I haven't followed it as closely as Ron and you guys, but I will say that it's hard to feel bad that we have an American soldier back. Okay, well, obviously from what it sounds like with him walking off the base with the gun,
He's a deserter.
I don't know if he's a deserter. We don't know why he did it.